Hey everyone, Pastor Wes here with you on Wednesday night. Last week we were talking about exercising faith in the faith of Jesus Christ, the faith that He has in Himself. And one of the things that we ended talking about was how it's not simply your faith in Jesus that gives you the ability to experience the abundant life, but it's your faith in Himself that really opens the door, in so much that you don't have to worry so much about how much faith you have, because even weak faith can accomplish much if what you're placing your faith in is worthy. Now, I want to prove that to you tonight. Jesus said this. He said that faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains. Now, we know a mustard seed is very small. It's not much bigger than a grain of sand, a little bit bigger, but it's very, very small. Jesus said faith that size can move a mountain. Therefore, because He said that, we know that it's not the size of your faith that matters. What matters is the object of your faith. That is the key. If you have a lot of faith in a little thing, then you don't have enough faith to do anything. But if you have a little faith in a big thing, then you have more than enough to do everything. Even if your faith in Jesus is small, don't worry, because it will still work wonders, because Jesus' faith in Himself is enormous. Don't worry about how much faith you have. Worry about what you place it in. Piggyback on Jesus, because we know that He's got you. He's got all of us. The song that we used to sing, He's got the whole world in His hands, is still true today, just as true as it was when you probably sang that song as a little kid. Now, I want you to think about it this way for just a moment. A high jumper. A high jumper typically tries to clear about 7 feet. He backs up, he gets in a stance, he takes off, he runs, he lifts his feet, and then he jumps with all of the effort that he can muster, and he tries to go as high as he can go. And the high jumper believes he or she can do it, that they can do as much as they can. If they knock the pole over, they go back and they try it again until they eventually get it. On the other hand, when a pole vaulter tries to clear a pole, they're typically trying to clear something at a much higher level, more than double really of what a high jumper would attempt, and it's because the pole vaulter has a pole in their hands. They're not merely resting on their own ability to make it. They have something else. They're resting in the confidence that they have in the pole, trusting that the pole has enough strength, enough elasticity to be able to bend, to propel them over to do what it's designed them to do, to propel them to victory. The pole vaulters banking on what's attached to them rather than simply on themselves. And because of that, they're able to go higher, they're able to go further than they ever could on their own. And my point is this, it's one of simplicity. Too many Christians are trying to make it on their own. They're trying to get by on their own. And maybe you're one of them. Maybe you're running as fast as you can go. Maybe you're trying to jump as high as you can and work as hard as you can, and still you don't go nearly as far as you could if you would rely on your attachment to the cross of Jesus Christ. If you will link yourself up with the pole of His cross, He has the ability, He has the willingness to propel you higher than you ever thought you could soar. But it takes faith. It takes dependence. It takes letting go of self. That's why that Paul talked about that he crucifies himself daily. That's done before. You have to crucify. You have to let go. You have to surrender to the Lord first before you can ever fully depend on the Lord. If you're always depending on you, you can never depend fully on the Lord. But if you'll crucify your flesh, if you'll die daily to self, if you'll let go of I, me, you, all of that, then you can place your focus, you can place your dependence upon the Lord. And it takes that identifying with Jesus every single day, rather than identifying yourself with the world, your friends, anything else that you place before Him. But when you put Jesus first, when you rely on Him, I can promise you this, you will not regret it. Depend upon the Lord, not on your own strength. I believe Proverbs 3, 4, and 5 talks about that pretty clear. Don't rely on your own strength. Learn to depend on the Lord every day, and you'll soar higher than you ever thought you could. Till next time, hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you. God bless you.